The first step is to download your pattern. Select your file according to your paper format and the size you wish to make. Print your pattern at 100% scale. Your instruction guide included with your pattern has a full set of instructions on how to put the pattern together. Trim the borders and match along the edges and use clear sticky tape to piece together. Then, cut around each individual pattern piece. Use the cutting layout provided in the instructions to pin your pattern pieces onto the fabric. Cut according to the individual directions on each piece. To give it more stability, your waistband piece will require fusing. My fabric has embroidery and is quite see-through, so as an extra step, I cut out an extra set of skirt pieces and stitched it to the main pieces using a long stitch. I'll now treat the pieces as one. This step is not 100% necessary, but a great option if you're working with a sheer fabric like me. My main fabric was also quite expensive, so I used a contrast to cut the skirt facing pieces. These are also fused. Then, overlock or zigzag stitch the shorter curved edge of all 8 skirt facing pieces. Place a facing piece on top of the main skirt along the hem with the right sides touching one another. Pin in place and stitch along the lowest edge using a 6mm or 1/4 inch seam allowance. Repeat this for all 8 skirt pieces. Press the hem open with the iron and then turn the facing back so the right side is on the outside. Press well along the hem edge. Pin the facing down and then either use a hand sewing needle to secure the facing down or use your sewing machine to top stitch the facing to the main skirt. I've opted to use my hand sewing needle for a nice neat finish along the edge. You'll then repeat this for all 8 skirt pieces. Pick up 2 of the skirt pieces and place them on top of one another with the right sides together. Pin in place along one of the seam edges. Then, repeat this until all 8 pieces are pinned together. Leave one lot of seams open so that we can insert the zipper later. Stitch all your seams together using a 1cm or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Your skirt will now be together in one row. Overlock or zigzag your seams. Also overlock the centre back edges of the skirt separately. Repeat this for all of your seams. Pin your waistband to the top edge of the skirt with right sides touching one another. Stitch along the top edge of the waistband using a 6mm or 1/4 inch seam allowance. Use your iron to press the waistband seam open and flat. Turn the garment over to the wrong side. Fold the top edge of the waistband down by 6mm or 1/4 inch and press well with the iron to hold it in place. Fold your waistband in half, matching up the newly folded edge with the waistband seam. Press well with the iron to form a crisp edge along the top edge of the waistband and pin in place. Use a hand sewing needle to secure the folded edge down to the waistband seam. Alternatively, you can use your sewing machine to top stitch or ditch stitch the waistband in place. I've chosen to hand sew my waistband for a nice, neat finish like my hem. Open your zipper and pin each side to the centre back edge of the skirt. Ensure the top edge of the zipper matches up right at the top edge of the waistband folded edge. Pin each side in place. Change your machine foot over to the invisible zipper foot and stitch down each side of the zipper. Match up the centre back edges of the skirt with the right sides together. Pin below the base of the zipper. Stitch together using a 1 cm or 3/8 inch seam allowance to close up the seam below the zip. Fold the top edge of the zipper tape down and roll the zipper tape back towards the inside of the skirt. Pin in place along the top edge and use a hand sewing needle or the sewing machine to secure the zipper along the top edge so the zipper tape doesn't pop out. Repeat this for the other side of the zipper.